Hello and welcome to Truck Talk Videos. That is the heavy... How can I forget it again? The heavy cargo pack DLC. As you can see, it has steer axles. And that is worth £3.59 of anybody's money. For a limited time only till May the 19th. So let's get underway here and show you the dolly there. We got the dolly and rotate that around just a little. We have the steer axles there. Now, Squirrel has done a video of this a few days back, and obviously he goes into a lot more detail than what I'm going to go into. But you get a few cargoes with this, and I'll try and keep the phone straight whilst I read them out. So this is a paid DLC, by the way, as you've probably gathered. So, cargoes include, if I can just see my camera from there, industrial cable reel, asphalt miller for tarmac, a crawler dozer, which we unloaded with now, a mobile crane, a transformer, a metal, I think it's a metal casting, and a locomotive. Now the locomotive is one of the type that they use, or looks like the type, it's a diesel locomotive by the way, used at Bicester. Now Bicester is the Ministry of Defence's, MOD's supply depot. Not sure if it's armaments as in shells and bullets, but it's absolutely massive. It's that big, it has its own internal railway. So it has a railway inside the base to transport stuff. I don't know if they still use ferry vans. They could still use ferry vans. I'm not too sure. I mean, the program, which I said, the DVD pack that I've got to do with locomotives, is from the 1990s. I think that one was from 1996, if I'm not wrong. I think the Charlton Unloaded in 1994. Well, I should know this. Anyway, my friend Stuart, an old friend of mine, he worked for the MOD as an ambulance driver and as a supply driver, but he always regretted that he never went to Bicester, which is, in my eyes, such a shame, because it's the biggest supply base in the country, or was back in the day. As far as I know, it still is. You can see the axles working quite clearly here. You can see them a lot better when we go around a roundabout. I haven't tried that yet. I know that for the big Mercedes Titan, I think it's a Titan, or it isn't an Acura, because that's a small one. I should know, because my good friend Anthony Bennett, Chris Bennett, Heavy Haulage, he owns one. So there is that one. You can get a chassis pack, or a heavy haulage chassis too. The DAF 106XF, you can get a chassis pack as well, but that I've already got the mod for that. Even though it's a mod, it does actually say on it SCS. 13% damage in it. It does say SCS, and there's a Scania one as well. I just downloaded from the Steam Workshop a Scania heavy haulage pack with Squirrel on. Now, whether that's Squirrel Logistics, I'm not sure, because I haven't installed it yet. I've been so eager, like the rest of us, I've been so eager to get this. Now, I know that SCS is supposed to be bringing out doubles, which basically to you and I are B trains. Now, C trains in Australia, where you have a Kenworth tractor unit, more commonly known as the road train, where you hitch up 3 trailers and 2 are drawbars. But the B trains, they have them in Australia, America, and especially Canada, because my friend Dan Jones in Canada has said that's the longest trucks that they have over there. So basically, these things are a tractor unit plus a normal trailer with another trailer hitched to that. Now, I don't know how they do it. It's basically the drawbar concept. What have I said in snow and ice before? Always gear down. Always gear down. Brake gradually. I know I'm probably going to hit the side here, but still. Do heed. Yes. Oh. Do heed my advice. I do know what I'm talking about. So that's the pack. I think you get a lot for your money? Personally, I do. I mean, every DLC that SCS is doing at the moment is just, fantastic. I mean, look at Vive La France. We're in Vive La France now. We're delivering this to La Rochelle. I will be on here tonight, which is one of the biggest music events of the calendar. It's to do with Europe. It was last held in, I don't know how you say it, is it Malmo, Sweden, southern Sweden, last year. Britain may not be in it after next year because it is to do with Europe. And I think you'll have guessed what it is by now. Yes, the end word is contest. I'm not sure when it starts. I don't know if it's 7:30 tonight, but I do like it. It is on Channel 1 in the UK, because I'm not sure what the copyright is yet, you see, so I'm not gonna say it. Ironically, even though I've just said Chris Bennett Heavy Haulage, even though obviously I do know Anthony Bennett, so I'm sure I can get away with that one. So you can clearly see the axles moving here. I wanted really to take the mobile crane first, and especially the locomotive. I cannot wait to say that myself. Cannot wait. I think it's quite good how, I know that on real trailers you can lock the axles, so you can have maybe one or two axles to steer, but then obviously depending how tight it is, you'd want them all to steer. But I do think it's amazing. It is snowing again, even though it's May if I'm not wrong, May the 13th today. So some would say unlucky for some, but it hasn't been a good week today. I was involved in an RTC. Let's just put it on to here. Road traffic RTC, yeah, road traffic collision. Well, it wasn't really a collision, it was a bump. I was learning, obviously, in Warren's 208. I was at the traffic lights in Millen Row, which is near Hollingworth Lake, northwest England. And basically, I was just stopped there with my indicator on, and there's a woman in her mid-60s in a black Range Rover from possibly the early 2000s. It had a private reg on, but I've got the reg. And her excuse was that her dog jumped from the back seat to the front seat on her lap. Well, do I believe that? I saw the dog in the passenger seat. It looked a bit like Pudsey the dog. So she could be telling the truth, but I'm the one who's got whiplash, not her. So I know there's a lot of people saying, "Hey, that's good. Make a claim. Well, when it's whiplash on your left side, and obviously I can still feel the pain. It's like somebody just pressing down on your heart in a way. There's a good few people who say, "Oh, don't be soft," but when it's your first, RTC, and you are not, I repeat, not at fault, because I had my indicator and I was stopped at a set of traffic lights ready to turn left. So you could say she rear-ended me. Rear-ended us anyway. So yeah, that's what happened 2 days ago. And then as far as the flying is going, I know there's a few people such as my good friend Calvin the Creator, who has made a couple of cardboard models for me. There will be a video coming out of the two models. He's currently making me a Tucker 700 Snowcat at the minute. Yes, it will pull it. Yes. So a big hello to Petra, my Russian friend, and Josh Jones of Josh Jones Gaming, who wanted me to tell him when this heavy cargo pack was out. Well, Josh, it's out right now, mate. It's out right now. But I'll see you at the Anglesey show soon. Hopefully sitting Paul's new Scania and his 143, of course. Would be nice. I've got set. Oh, that's what I was going to say about flying. A few friends know about I'm having flying lessons for my National Private Pilot's Licence. Well, I took off from Barton Aerodrome near Manchester Airport on Sunday. Extremely bad turbulence because we went near the hills near Preston, which creates updrafts and downdrafts, which causes very, very bad turbulence. Well, that was the ride of my life. I mean, my life was really literally in my hands. Then I'm on the way back, following the river back from Preston towards Barton Aerodrome, or City Airport now as they call it. But come on, it's a field. It's an aerodrome. It was built in 1929. Well, the hangar that I've gone in and I made a replica. Well, me and my father made a replica of it for my model railway. And that was built in 1929. The air traffic control tower was built in 1930, and you can actually go up to the first level. So I flew the Piper PA 3 Warrior. Ah, look, a roundabout. Shall we just see how they perform best we can? You can't really see them because we're not going all the way around. I should have gone all the way around though to demonstrate how good SCS have made this. So yeah, I was fighting for control on the way back because of the turbulence. I had to keep wrestling with the yoke in a way because we were getting blown from side to side, and the turn coordinator, the ball on that, was just swaying from side to side. And then Ian, who flies for I can't say it, can I? I can't say the airline, but it begins with a T and ends in a K. So he flies A330s for that airline, and he also taught me last Sunday, but he did it as a real, as if it was a real flying lesson. And in a way it was a flying lesson because I've already flown the Cessna 172N to Blackpool and back. So he just said, okay, do 2 circuits of Barton Aerodrome. Now, if you don't know what a circuit is, it's like flying a square. Fly around one bit of the aerodrome, come back on yourself and do another circle over the aerodrome. That will bleed off your airspeed. That will also drop in altitude, so it will drop to 1,000 feet. He said, okay, do you have the runway in sight? I said, yes, I have the field in sight, as professional pilots say, real commercial jet pilots say. And then after that, probably about a minute from landing, he took control. So you could say in a way, I did, I know it doesn't have an ILS, but I did sort of get it on the glide slope in a way. It's just easier to say. He also had me putting the flaps all the way down, putting the throttle to idle, making trim adjustments, and turning the fuel cock, which wasn't good because as soon as I did that, because it wouldn't budge, I didn't have to use 2 hands, but I had to look down at it, see if it would budge, and unfortunately it wouldn't budge. So I took my eyes off the sky for literally a minute, next thing I knew, it was pointing towards the ground. So if anybody wants to come on board A&T Airlines when I pass, that's fine with me. I know there's a lot of my friends saying, no way, I haven't got the proper life insurance, I value my life too much. Well, I was wearing the GoPro. Gary was, our good friend, was videoing. I think he should stick to building his van bodies, if I'm honest. He isn't a good videographer. Josh Jones is, though. He's a good one when we had a ride in the Golden Griffin, which you'll have probably seen, because that was a haulage yard special. I mean, it's £160,000, so Mr. King doesn't just let anybody go in it. So for most people, that will be the closest they get to a ride in a Golden Griffin. So I'm happy, very happy that I filmed it, very happy that it's on. Colette's, I think that's the proper way you say it, heavy haulage. I've been to their wind turbine transport yard over in Halifax. The last bank holiday. I'm still waiting for some software, to get some software before I put that on. There isn't many haulage yard tours that I've got waiting in the wings. There's probably about 3. But I am due an interview with Anthony Bennett in late June, and to go to his yard. Graham Poole, well, I've been contacting him on Facebook. So he's invited us down to the yard, not sure when. I'll also get more video of Peter Elwin's and Alan's military trucks, which are a GMC CCKW, a Bedford RL, and an American M25A2 Rio, so Oriole, from 1958. If you have seen my Trucks of the World on Facebook, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. And if you've seen my Flickr page, you'll also know what I'm on about. So you could say, like most people, I am on the big 3, which is nice. And we're here now at La Rochelle. And we'll see how the wheels kick into action when I'm reversing this thing. I'm not going to show that because I need... Whoops. DVD seemed to stop there for some reason. The telly seemed to turn on. I'm not going to show that this time because I need full concentration on that, a bit like me flying. So wish me luck on the 4th of June. As long as I don't crash into the sea off land, don't know, I'll be totally fine. That is another Piper. The only problem is the Americans like a big, high dashboard. That's what you call it. And because I'm only short, I can't see over it, and I couldn't see over it. So I was on instruments most of the time. I was on instruments, but on Flight Simulator X, I'm on instruments anyway. So it's the same thing, isn't it? Really. And Ian said, yeah, you're here to look out. And I nearly said, well, you haven't provided me with a booster cushion, so how can I look out? So I should have sort of said it, really. I mean, I think he was extremely professional. What's happened here? He keeps doing this with the trailer. I don't know why. It keeps freezing like halfway and then coming back on. So, he was professional. He wasn't a laugh like the other pilot was, who used to fly the RAF Comets to Cyprus. The troop transports, by the way. Right, I'm here now. So, I'm going to back this in, reverse this into the bay. And, yeah, I'll see how I do. And I'll give you an update next time, viewers. So, this is Truck Talk Videos. Parking brake on. Signing off. So all have a good time truck driving. Drive safe as usual, and if you're flying, happy landings. Truck Talk out. Signing off, and ta-da.